ici. Nduru rako mauregete gukoma niki? Ukwenda tu. Haya.
At this point now nilikuwa nishapata bwana. Nilipata bwanangu online.
Ai. Online.
Online kuna
Pigia Yesu makofi.
Online kuna vitu poa. Sijui nilikuwa naona kama watanifanyia nini na nitishosho.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome so much to Mkenya American. Thank you for your support. This is a platform where we educate you, tell you about life in America, feature a lot of other Kenyans who are doing extraordinary stuff here in the US. So keep it here because we have a special guest for you. But before then, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Okay? So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our guest. Hey, Mambo.
I was about to clap. Put your hands together.
Yeah. Guest wa kimataifa.
Yes, auntie.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for honoring us and coming to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Been a minute.
Umekuwa Kenya bana?
Nimerudi juzi tu. Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it was beautiful. Because the last time I was in Kenya was in 2017. Sasa venye nilikuwa nikienda, the first time nikienda sikuwa na watoto, sasa nishapata watoto. So it was really good kupelekea babangu watoto waone and to see my kids interact with their cousins. So it was really beautiful.
Wow. I think we went ahead of our story.
I know.
But let's start with first things first.
Yeah, first things first.
Introduce to us who you are, because a lot of people know you huku kwa magrams, nina nini. So tell us first of all who you are, and then we can move from there.
All right, I am Jeje Ndungu. Those are the names that you can find me on most of these social media platforms.
Yes.
Lakini majina ya M-Pesa ukitaka kunishumia kakitu naitwa 𝐉𝐨𝐢𝐬𝐧 Ndungu, and born and raised in Kijabe, a village called Magina, born in a family of 5, wasichana 4 na kijana mmoja. Grew up uko shags, kusomea ni uko, kulelewa ni uko. Yeah.
Wow. So and then US, how did you come?
Oh, US happened in 2013. Of course, between nimaliza shule, I wasn't able to go to better colleges because my parents couldn't afford. So in 2000 nimeenda Dubai kujaribu maisha, ikashindikana, nikaenda Juba. I stayed in Juba for about 3 years. I loved Juba, South Sudan. I'll go back there sometime. And then from now, when I came to visit home, December 2011 ama 2012, I met a guy from our home village, and by the time he was based here in the US. And ile tu mmetoka kambi ya kwenyu. Ni Christmas. Sasa lazima mtokelezee muonekane mmekuja.
Yeah.
That's how I met him. And then I was like, ile tu tunaongea nikamwambia, nyinyi mlisema kwenye tu mtakuwa mnaenda US. Akaniambia, kwani unataka kukuja? Ushainiambia unataka kukuja, and then he really helped me with the process, and tukajaza green card luckily.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Wow.
Yes.
Mlijaza green card and you won. How was the journey for green card? You know, I've been talking about green card. I've never interviewed somebody who won a green card. It wasn't a bad one. It wasn't an easy journey also because of course the money you used a lot of money. Especially kama hauku umeplan kutumia hiyo pesa yote na kama hauna. Yeah.
But I thank God here we are.
Wow.
Yes.
So umetoka Kenya, umewin green card, then you landed in the US.
I landed in the US.
How was it?
Oh, Jesus Christ. US have been good. It was a shock for me. For me, I was going to the movie life, US. Honestly, that's what I always tell people.
Yeah.
That's where I was going. I wasn't coming to a US whereby I'll be working 16 hours a day. No, that's not the US that I was going to. I was going to the US whereby I'll be walking around with my cup of coffee at Inatu Hills.
Hollywood.
That's where I was going. Venye nilikuja, sasa my host Akaniambia okay, nataka kwenda jitayarisha tuende Walmart tukafanye shopping. Mimi ndio huyo nikavaa heels, and then I used to wear heels back in the day. Nilikuwa navaa heels zingine zilikuwa zinatoshana hivi. Nimeoga, nimepaka makeup, nimevaa heels, nimevaa my Sunday best. Sasa nilitoka hivi akaniuliza where are you going? Nikamwambia simeniambia tunaenda store au tunaenda super. Akaniambia yeah, but not dressed like that. Like because that's the America that I was going to. That's what I had in mind. So tukaenda Walmart. My culture shock. People wako huko na PJs. Wako Walmart na PJs na hawashtuki. Yani you was so over because I didn't change. I was so overdressed. I struggled with my heels. Yeah, that was a culture shock for me. Another thing for me that was a culture shock, which shouldn't have been, but it was, it's how corrupt I was coming here. Because we are so used to like bribing back home.
Yes.
Bribing your way to like things like ID, passport. Sasa mimi nilikuwa, tulienda kuchukua ID yangu, I'm like, kwani wale watu wanakuanga pale tuwapee kitu kidogo because... And
then we pass.
Because we went and then they were like, oh, we need to have your address, so lazima uwekwe kwa place, inaitwaje? Kwa address for a month.
Yeah.
Sasa venye walituambia hizo qualifications zote zinahitajika, I'm like, wako wapi wale watu tuna bribingi pale hivyo tupeane kitu kidogo kama tumeenda. So that was a culture shock for me. Yeah, but it has been good. Okay, job-wise, my first job was a culture shock for me. Never ever had I ever thought that I would work in healthcare. Job yangu ya kwanza ilikuwa tu hiyo. Nilikuwa nimeandikwa in an adult family home.
Yeah.
So pia hiyo ilikuwa where that was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough. I remember me I used to be scared of the residents. Sijui nilikuwa naona kama watanifanyia nini na nitushosho. Lakini nilikuwa nawaogopa. Ule mama alinitrain alikuwa ananiacha akienda hivi namfuata. Because I'm like, I was so scared. I was really scared about the patients. And the job was hard kwa sababu sio kitu. I think it's not in everyone. Unfortunately, that's what most of us, like tukiland huku hiyo ndio kazi tunafanyanga. But for me, nili struggle sana nayo. Nikashindwa, nikaenda nursing home. Nilikuwa najiambia titakuwa something different. Kumbe nursing home hata ndio hard. It's a lot of work. You have 20 patients. Man, you work hard for your money here. You work hard for your money.
And 8 hours count.
8,
we can't be working an 8-hour shift and you're on your phone. You're doing this. Your 8 hours working.
It's counting. You're working. You have to work for it. Juzi tu venye nilikuwa Kenya nilikuwa naambia, I was in a cab and I was telling a guy, for real, now I understand why mzungu sema time is money. Because for us time is money. That's literally what it means.
Yeah.
Like you are 1 minute counts. Lazima ulipwe.
Yes.
Hiyo minute moja. So yeah. So then I worked in then I moved from so I stayed in Washington until 2014. Because I had at this point now nilikuwa nishapata bwana. Nilipata bwanangu online.
Hey. Online.
Online kuna
piga Yesu makofi.
Online kuna vitu poa. I don't know why dating online people like associated with some trauma or negativity. But for me, because it was good to me. Okay, fine. Initially, kulikuwa wawili watatu walikuwa weird. The people I dated. Dating means like the people
you date how many before you got the one?
2, 3. I was to meet one who never shown up. Manze nimetoka huku, nikaenda Michigan. Although alikuwa amelipa, he's the one who paid for the ticket. He never shown up.
Yeah.
And tulikuwa communicate the whole time. Mpaka nifike, nikamwambia nimefika, communicate, and then he's like, okay, I'll be right there. And then his phone went off.
Wow.
And then he calls me 2 weeks after. Uzuri, my friend, I spoke to my friend, I called my friend, and my friend was like, okay, you know what? You had planned to stay there for 3 days. Spend the 3 days, like have fun.
Yeah.
No, Michigan. And then, so I didn't meet that guy, but I met one. Huyo naye tulipatana. Tukaenda naye a couple dates. And then we went somewhere, a group setting of friends. And then akaniambia ati ameambiwa ni makaratasi natafuta. So huyo unajua wazungu tu venye they are open. Akaniambia there's no way I'll be able to be with you, nimeambiwa ni makaratasi unataka. So
and you had your green card though?
But he didn't know.
Oh.
We had not reached to a point whereby unamwambia.
He just blanketed you.
Yes,
and made a conclusion.
Yes, but alijaribu kungangana, but because he made a scene out of that, for me that was a red flag. So I pulled away. And then I met my husband in 2014, maybe beginning of March-ish, online also. We dated until 20.
Which site?
It's called Interracial Central Dating Site.
Yeah. All the single lady. Wenye niulizanga nitafutie mzungu. Answer ndio hii hapa.
I wish you guys well. Wako wazuri. Sasa si niko na mzima na watoto wawili.
Rudi ni soko. Wako.
Warudi soko. Yeah.
Where?
So yeah, I met him. He was from Florida and I'm here in Washington. So we dated online and then I went to see him in December and then he proposed that December that I went. So at that point we date about 7-8 months. Kuongea sana, kuongea kwa simu sana. So then we got married in June of 2015.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yes.
How is it racial culture?
Ooh, interracial marriage is work. It's work because at the end of the day, I don't know, I feel always like I have to prove my marriage to people. Like people always question my marriage. Like, why are you guys together? When I go to our people, mostly, they always like, sasa sometimes they say it jokingly.
But they mean it.
Yeah, either they mean it, but it gets to you. Then when we go to his people, you find that he really had to fight the fact that he was gonna get married to a black woman. He knew. He knew from, he told me he has dated 2 white girls. So akaanza kudate 2 blacks. So he knew he was gonna get married too. So to prove that to his parents, his family members, like his friends, and to have them accept him for who he is. And also when you have mixed kids, I remember my mother-in-law told me that when you have your kids, they are going to be mixed. Then I didn't know what she meant. She's a teacher. She used to be a teacher, and I think she's seen it all. But she's like, when your kids go to black people, they don't belong. When they go to the white people, they don't belong. Now it's you as a parent kufundisha huyu mtoto, like to show them that they are loved, to believe in themselves, to believe in who they are. Yeah, so it's a lot of work. Food-wise, sometimes wewe unataka kukula ugali, yeye ni pizza anataka.
Yeah, that's a huge challenge.
Yeah.
As I'm talking to her about interracial, I also understand because I'm the opposite of her.
Yeah, you're married. He's also married to a white one.
So what their parents now say?
Oh no, we have a very good relationship actually.
No, the first time.
Oh, when he took me there, I think there was you can tell when there's tension. There was that tension. But they didn't show it to me, but I could tell there was tension. But then once because I relocated once I got married, I relocated, and the more they got to know me, the more even her, she was like, oh my God, it's so good to see. It's so weird to say this, but that's what my mother-in-law told me. It's so good to see a black person in your eyes, an African, because all I know is African American. So whatever she meant by that, I don't know. But she's like, we are so different. And they really, we have a very good relationship. They come here 3 times a year. So
they don't live in this state?
No, they're in Florida.
Oh,
they're in Florida, yeah. They come here 3 times a year to visit us. That's how our relationship is.
How does your culture play in this marriage? Because sometimes I know I've gone to Kenyan American weddings and I always tell them, my one advice is every time a Kenyan will tell an American if they're married, in my culture, when they start with that line, just know it's a direct no.
My culture played a role in it because for him, they don't care about names. For example, I was like, okay, he didn't, so if we were to name my son after his dad, which should have happened in our culture, ingekuwa another R in the family. And they didn't want that. Everybody was fighting it. From the dad, from the uncles, then, oh, we have so many R's in the family. And I'm like, do you guys know how many Ndungus are there in my dad's house? Because everybody have to have a Ndungu.
Yeah.
That's how we name our kids. Like we don't want, so for them, they didn't want another R. That's why I was like, okay, fine, I can name the child after my people. It doesn't matter to you guys. It didn't matter to them.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, they have Kenyan names in the family, in our family. Yeah. Because now they don't care. Yeah. Another thing is when it comes to paying dowry.
Yes.
It took forever. It took forever for my husband to warm up to that idea because he just don't understand why am I buying you?
Yes.
Why am I buying you? You're not a property. You know? Yeah, so it took a minute for him to warm up to that, but eventually he did, because now you also, as much as I educate myself to their culture, I really made him educate himself about my culture. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, for you, that side, I benefited more because I didn't pay.
Oh, no, but you should do the right thing.
No, I'm not paying.
You should do the right thing.
Let me tell you, I asked my father-in-law, do you guys do dowry? He told me, I don't know even what dowry is, but if there was dowry to be paid, all you can do is love my daughter. So
are you going, because our culture, like your daughter, I know you have a daughter. What happens if she gets married to a Kenyan guy who wants to pay dowry?
Oh, for us, we said we don't have a price for our daughter.
So there will be no dowry?
There's not going to be dowry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. For me, how I understood dowry even as I grew up. But that's a discussion we need to strike that discussion and talk about it. That's going to be in our next vlog.
Yeah, because now we are going deep.
We're going deep. Let's come back to you.
Yes.
How about I've seen you've grown very popular because of your son.
Yes.
Yeah, teaching him Gikuyu. Yes. And I'm going to play some of those videos here.
Temakahiu. Ati susete manakahiu. Eta mireku.
Eti maha.
Kiara. Kai. Ima dakame. Ui.
Jefayara ana seso. Ana defu. Mommy.
Where Dave tiga kuhoria? Oi, tiga kurira. Ketu kwatie. Oi, ndaiguira susu tha.
Yeah. So as I told you, I grew up in the village. So I grew up speaking Gikuyu. Even now, sometimes my workplace, I just mostly I work with the Americans, and I find myself speaking Gikuyu to them. My partner sometimes will be looking at me like, okay, are you done? Because I just speak Gikuyu. Yeah. So when I had my son, even when you sing the lullabies and all that, I would sing them in Gikuyu to him. So I just found myself speaking Gikuyu to him. But then my mom came along. Also, my mom played a very big role because also now she was speaking Gikuyu to him. And then, so now my current place of work, I have seen, so I work in prison. Yeah. And I have worked with the offenders who are African American, who come to me and they'll be like, I really wish I knew my heritage. Like you see it, like they just yearn for it. And because there's a higher chance that maybe my children will grow up here, I really now made it a point whereby, nikifika kwa nyumba, now that was my big push. Nikifika kwa mlango, kizungu naiwacha. Inaishia kwa mlango, ndio at least watoto wangu, at least wajue heritage yao ni gani. Once they grow up, if they decide to do away with the Gikuyu, fine. But as for now, I want them to know. Wow. I want them to speak it. But now again, when my mom came, we realized that we were just speaking so much Gikuyu to him that maybe the dad will not understand whatever is happening. Mom was like, okay, because now I can speak to him in Gikuyu, at least speak to him some English. Yeah.
Wow. How hard was it to teach him? And
to teach him, it wasn't hard, but they get confused because you're speaking to him in Gikuyu and the dad is speaking English. So it's 2 languages. So I spoke to the pediatrician, and I told her that he's delaying because, no, I told him he has a delayed speech. He was like, no. Does he speak 2 languages? I said, yeah. Do you speak to him your native? Because she's Indian and she did the same thing with her children. And she was like, he's not delayed. It's just that he's trying to figure out how to form words. That was the challenge. The challenge was by the time he was 2 years and maybe 4 months, he could not construct a sentence. But when he spoke both.
Wow.
When he started speaking, he was fluent in Gikuyu, he was fluent in English.
Wow.
And that's where we are with the second one right now. He's picking up words in English, so he cannot construct any sentence.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's figuring out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that one video that you did and it blew up?
Oh, they were going to the store, but I didn't even know. I'm getting him ready. They're going to the store with the dad. And I'm like, hey, French fries. I posted that video and I was working doubles back to back.
Yeah.
So I never came back to IG for about maybe a week. When I posted it, I think I had about 3,000 followers. When I came back, I had about 16,000 followers. First, I freaked out because I didn't know it was the video.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I do? What happened? I didn't know it was that. And then I started now going through my page and then I see the video. It has about 1.something million views. Yeah. And then people started asking for him. And I do share him with people, but sometimes I feel like you have that fear of, am I exposing him?
Yeah.
Am I using him? Like you question yourself, what am I doing with him? Like, so I do share him, but when he says he don't want to,
yeah, and kids here have their own rights.
Oi, akiamua hachukui hizo video hata chukua. I don't want. I'm not taking any video, ma'am.
Yeah.
When he said that,
wow.
I don't.
Wow, that's fantastic. So how does he interchange now between those 2 cultures?
When it came handy when we went home this time, because even the kids who are in the village, my nieces who are in the village, like they didn't have like that lack of to connect, because he understands them and they understand him. I loved that. I love the fact that even now the dad is trying to learn words. Unaona babake sometimes sasa siku hizi utampata akijaribu kumwongelesha word from here and there. Even even him is trying to learn. Yeah. Wow. It's good. I mean, it's who they are. It's if as a parent you're able to do it. I tell people, because sometimes unaweza ona kwa comment watu wakijaribu kuingilia wazazi wengine. Maybe if I wasn't here, maybe singemfundisha. Maybe kama hangekuwa mixed, maybe singemfundisha.
Yeah.
So I think the fact, and I think also homesick, it made me also like teach him.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Raising an American child, the Kenyan style.
Oh yeah.
And now talking about life here in America.
Yes.
Some people ask a lot, life in America inakuanga aje? How is it for you? Will you tell somebody, hey, America is the dream country or not?
Yeah, America it depends on where you are in life. So for me, I would say America is, because here you can make America what you want America to be for you. For example, when I was looking for my job, so I worked in the hospital in 2019 and I was really done with healthcare. Hata nilikuwa nianze shule nifanye nursing, but I was like, my heart was not there. So one night I used to work night, nimeingia kwa ward, nimepata mfungwa na askari, and then the askari tells me, oh my goodness, your smile is so fake. Because in ile too, how are you guys? My name is Jeje, I'll be your CNA for the night. And he was like, wow, your smile is so fake. And I was like able to tell him, I just don't like my job. Now I'm coming to your question. So I was able to speak to this guy and I told him how much I hated my job. And he was like, why don't you change the career to what now? And this is all I know.
Yeah.
And he's like, maybe you can try to my job. They're hiring. Okay, he gave me the website, but in my mind I'm thinking, kwanza I have that mentality that in Kenya you have to bribe kwanza kupata kazi ya warden.
Yeah.
Askari jela nyumbani si lazima ubribe.
Yeah.
Na Mungu usinikujie wa Kenya. Lakini ni ukweli. So, but I applied the same night, and imagine in the morning they sent me, there was a fair, there was a hiring fair. Like, so this is me telling you, yes, it's a land of opportunities. If you have the qualifications, it's a land of opportunities. If you don't have, if in Kenya you are not like set, okay, kuna mtu anaweza sema nataka kukuja nimwambie please kaa home.
Yeah.
Kama mtu ako na do, kama umejijenga. Kama umejijenga, you can come to visit. But if you don't have a way back home, come to this country.
So unasema sisi tulikuwa choche hohehahe tukakuja huku.
Wacha nikuambie Wainaina haukuwa hohehahe, lakini ungeambiwa na mtu usikuje ungekosa kukuja.
Let me tell you.
Ungeagiri yoka mundu akoira ni kwaje ni mundu age.
But you know, I'll tell my story another time. I didn't want to come to the US. I felt like I was doing very well in Kenya.
Back home, yeah.
But when I came here, my mind totally changed.
It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. Yeah. For me, it's the other way around. If I really, as a young age, I always knew I would go to abroad. I didn't know whatever abroad it was, but I knew I would go. But when I came here, because I was doing really well in Juba, nilikuwa nauza nywele. Hata huyo jamaa alikuwa ameniambia just don't go. You really doing, lakini singemsikiza ule jamaa wa home. Singesikia. But kama mtu hana Gikuyu iseme ramano. According na ramano. Then come make money, there's money. Money is there. And jobs are there. Jobs are there. If you're able to come.
Yeah, but I think it boils down to you, what success is and
to
what...
you, and I think that's what I'm trying to like, but if money, most people money is success, what are you talking about?
Besha. Pari.
Most people money. Yeah, so when I got my now job right now is when I was like, I think this is it for me. When most people, like maybe, I don't know, a lot of people, but I feel like eventually for me, I would want to go back. Yeah, home.
We'll talk about that. It's again another conversation. We are piling up some conversations for you.
Yeah,
we'll see a lot of us both in our channel. By the way, we'll talk about your channel because we are about to land the conversation. Just for next time.
Okay.
This is a comma.
Okay.
For next time.
Yes.
What's your parting shot, by the way?
Oh my goodness, my parting shot. Whatever it is you want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
Just start. For me, if I was to tell myself, by the way, I love my job. I love what I do. If I was to tell myself, because I have the fear of like, oh, what am I gonna do fighting these big men that I always see on TV, you know? And not apply for that job or give it a try, I wouldn't be here because I feel like I'm content.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, just go ahead and do it. And if you're thinking about going abroad, just go and see it for yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a place of opportunity.
It is, for sure.
We cannot fill this place.
No, we cannot. We cannot fill this place. It is, you can make it do whatever you want for you.
Yeah, it's the same as Kenya. I always tell guys, you can prosper anywhere.
Anywhere, actually.
Yeah, even in Nairobi, Lokichogio, Warufaga, everywhere.
Everywhere. But I never thought that way. For me, I always thought like to succeed, you
have to
talk 𝐿𝐴.
Yeah, people make it anywhere. But America is a good place. We are not saying you cannot come. Come. That's why I talk about green card. I talk about opportunities that you can come because kutembea kwingi kuona mengi pia.
Kutembea kwingi kuona mengi. Yeah.
So, ambia watu wanaweza kukupata wapi kwa socials?
Kwa socials, mostly I'm active on IG, Jeje_Ndungu. Maybe you can write that here.
Yeah, it's going to be passing down here.
Yes, and also YouTube, Jeje Ndungu.
Yes.
Like all my platforms is Jeje Ndungu.
Yes.
Dongone, but these people remove the apostrophe from my documents. So they always say Ndungu.
Even me, but I'll not say my second name. Unless you want to give me a check, I'll tell you. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Jeje, for turning up.
Thank you for having me.
You've come all the way. I tell guys Washington is huge.
It is huge. Like, we've been planning this since 2019. But we are far. He's on that corner, on the other corner. Ni kama uko Busia na mimi niko Nairobi.
Yeah. So we'll come again another time.
Yeah.
God bless you. Subscribe to this channel and subscribe to Jeje.
Yes.
We'll be coming next to her channel.
All right.
God bless you.
All right, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.